see if y'all think it's the same. A rebranding, if you want to call it. You got to rebrand yourself after you done been with so many men. You done been in the industry girls, and then you start to get older, and you done already done all the hell you can do. What more hell can you do? How many more bodies can you have on you? Especially somebody like Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna, almost 40 years old. I looked at her age today, 37 years old. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. At what age? Let me ask the chat room. At what age? At what age do these women, in y'all opinion, start to run to religion and the church after they've been out there in the street? Y'all let me know in the chat rooms. What age do they start running to the church and religion, or we're seeing Islam also? 35, 30, 30, 35 plus, 30 plus 40. Unique, you ran to the church after you were ran through? I wouldn't tell nobody I was ran through on here, but I mean, hey, that's your life to live. But I wouldn't do it. The question is, oh, you said you weren't ran through. The question is, around what age do women start to run to religion after they've been in the streets, been ran through, whatever? At what age? What age do they start to run to the church or run to Islam, run to a mosque or masjid to try to get saved? You waiting on me for what? 30? Mid 30s. Some interesting answers. Mid 30s. I'm seeing 30 and mid 30s. Depends on the woman. 40 usually. Late 30s when they feel hope is diminished. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of in their 30s. Interesting thing about this situation I'm talking about tonight, folks. Chrisean Rock, 25 years old. I couldn't believe it. Y'all know this girl, 25 years old, all the stuff she was on Blueface show, sleeping on them bunk beds when he had all them women in that compound or whatever you want to call it. She was sleeping on them bunk beds. I couldn't believe as much drama and chaos and junk she's been involved with. I can't believe she was only 25 years old. She's lived the life of probably 50 women, especially of the women of old. She's probably lived the life of 50 women. Ms. Mess said them substances and that alcohol. Yeah. A lot of it is that. Substances and alcohol. Why? Why change? Why become a woman of faith after you didn't be? Does the conscience start hitting y'all? Does that conscience start eating them up? And I know some of y'all women watching me right now then went through something like this. You didn't gain faith after a certain period of time. Does y'all conscience start eating y'all up? With how many dudes you done been with, how much substances you done been on, alcohol, whatever. Does y'all conscience start eating y'all up? Y'all let me know. Huh? She even lost a tooth. How ridiculous at 25. Yeah. She did lose a tooth. They crash. They need guidance. You got to repent early. Father Time is undefeated. What about the voices that they have in their head? Are there any women in here? Do y'all have voices in y'all head? Do y'all hear things telling you that it's time for you to put the substances down? It's time for you to stop screwing raw and all this other stuff. Are y'all hearing that type of stuff? Huh? Don't talk to me. That's what I want to know. What are y'all really hearing? What are y'all going through? Because y'all you know, after being ran through, I would think after being ran through, I would think that your conscience then ate you up so much that you would even want to get off social media. How sincere, this is what I really wanted to address. How sincere and serious are these women that stay on social media after you didn't had all this stuff happen to you? How sincere can you be? Because to me, somebody that's sincere about changing their life would be off of social media, living a private, quiet life. Y'all would be living a private, quiet life. There's no way you should be in your 20s. There should be no way you should be in your 20s, still all in the public eye after you didn't had all this crazy lifestyle. There's no way. And then you didn't had all these voices. You got tattoos all over your body. You should want to be quiet and humble yourself. If you're going to do an image, who's managing these women? Usually with an image rebrand, what happens is you have some time where you're quiet, where you disappear for a while. These jokers, 1 minute you see them, they getting their head busted in, they drinking, puffing, popping pills, and the next minute they done found God. Come on, talk to me. Why is there no time frame where you just sat down and you was quiet? You wasn't doing nothing. You wanted to stay out of the streets. You wanted to stay out of social media, off of social media, away from cameras. When did you have time to work on yourself and be better, get better? I know I'm talking to some women in here too, because a lot of y'all have done that. Y'all felt like y'all found a change. Y'all went to therapy or y'all found God and then got right back on social media posting all this junk. They don't believe in self-preservation. First, you have to notice and accept bad habits. And for a lot of them, how are you leveling up? Chrisean went from Blueface guy to this NCAA basketball player. He seemed like he toxic. I don't know. But the way that they making out and doing all this stuff all over, so there's no way. If my woman supposedly on a Christian path, trying to live righteous life, you making out with her, taking pictures, there's no way. There is no way I would allow my woman. No way. It wouldn't happen, Captain. I wouldn't allow my woman, my wife, or the woman I'm courting for marriage or whatever, I wouldn't allow her to be on social media posting pictures of us making out. Blac Chyna went to be with a rapper after she found redemption, got baptized with a rapper. Brittany Renner, rapper. Have you healed? Let me ask y'all this question. Have they healed and become better women if they're going back to rappers and other dudes, athletes or whatever, toxic? Have they healed? Are they better? Have they really become the religious women that they say they are? You posting pictures, getting baptized, posting pictures in hijab, but you went on to be with a rapper. You tied to rappers. They think they are in a PR deal. Why can't a woman want to do better? Ma'am, are y'all doing better? I need y'all to get my like count up and way up. You can want to do better, but my question is, are y'all actually doing any better? It doesn't matter if you want to do better. You can want to do better all you want, but are you actually doing any better? No, because she on Basketball Wives of LA cutting up. Yeah, I saw a few clips. They're cutting up on Basketball Wives, still cutting up. You have Chrisean says she is supposed to not be having any relations until she's married, but yet she posted her privately in a private room making out with old boy, and then said that's her baby daddy. And I don't know if her stomach just big or getting bigger, or if she actually pregnant, because she might be pregnant again with old boy's baby. Who knows? Is this helping or just bashing? You're in here as a troll. Why don't you come up and show your face or speak your voice and stop being in here trolling? You know, these women are goofy. They say, is this helping or bashing? And we're talking about the fact that the other thing I wanted to say regarding that is these same women, they will run their mouth and say, oh, well, how come the men never go after, you know, women that are changed, women that, you know, are not in the streets, women that are. And then they will tell you, don't judge nobody, don't judge, don't bash, don't judge. But then if a man says, hey, you know what? I want to go and be with a Brittany Renner. I want to go and be with a Blac Chyna. You know what? Then they hypocrites. Then they'll say, oh, we knew you wanted the 304s. Come on, talk to me. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Damn right. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. If a man takes on a woman like a Brittany Renner or a Blac Chyna, after they said they changed, women would say, oh, we told y'all just want the 304s. That's what they would say. You're not going to give no man no credit and say, oh, yeah, you know what? Y'all are good men. Y'all want good, righteous, healed women. Y'all not going to call them that because y'all not going to refer to them as that. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know, what does speaking on women do for your life?
What does wearing a wig do for yours?
You must not have visited my profile. I'm not knocking anybody that wear wigs, but I'm a natural woman. I don't wear wigs.
You're natural? Turn the camera on.
You told me that last time, and you don't tell me what to do. You don't
turn the camera. So this woman, folks, was here the other night, right? You know, let me tell y'all about her. She was here the other night, running her mouth. She said no man control her. I dropped her the hell off of my panel. I controlled her. I showed her what time it was. She kept running her mouth in my comment section. She said I still didn't cam up, and I got her the hell off of my show. Now she come back. These jokers, I told y'all, are obsessed with me.
For women.
They are obsessed with me.
You wish you had a vaginal
They are obsessed with me.
You're obsessed with women. You keep speaking negative.
I've never seen anything like this. These jokers are obsessed with talking to me. That tells you they have no life of their own.
What does speaking on women do for your life?
Do you have a life?
I'm asking you a question.
Do you have a life? Where's your man? Where's your husband?
You can't answer it. I get it.
Where's your husband?
Stop speaking negative.
Where's your husband? Do you have a husband?
From a woman,
do you have a husband?
Find something different to talk
folks, about. She don't have a husband. She's this is another goofball. Just come on my platform to run her mouth.
You're sitting in a suit at 11
eating her up. The hell off of my live stream. These are the goofiest jokers I've ever seen in my life. She was just on here the other night running her mouth mad. Telling me I'm not going to be able to control her. I controlled her. And then she come back for more. You actually talk to people like that. Where's the grace and class and respect? Why? Because it looked like you wear a wig too. Because I mentioned that wig. Y'all should, as much as y'all say about the wig, y'all sure do have a problem. Y'all sure do have a problem. As much as y'all, why do y'all have a problem with the way that I addressed the wig? What's her dress size? Who knows? Why do y'all have a problem with the way that I addressed the wig? You date wealthy white men, but you here watching me. Go on and get up out of here. Go to a wealthy white man's page. And you see how goofy they are? I date wealthy white men. How much do you have in your 401k? But you're on here watching me all up in my comment section trying to talk to me. Y'all see how goofy? I told y'all these are the goofiest women in the history of the earth, I believe. Folks, let's get the like count way up. Let's get the like count up and way up. Appreciate y'all for doing that. She's still in the chat. No, she not. She gone. I got her the hell out of my live stream because we don't have time for that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The wig is their crown. Yeah. You're a 52-year-old single woman. Okay. I didn't ask you if you were a woman or if you were single. Why y'all coming here? Y'all act like I'm asking y'all questions. I didn't ask you if you were 52 or 60 or 32. I really think these voices is eating up. I think these voices are eating y'all up. Back to what I was saying. I guess they're looking, because I know it's a whole bunch of these women that are like this. They think they can find redemption, right? But I think a lot of time they're just doing this for an image. But I think the voices is telling them to go ahead and get saved. Start posting pictures of you changing your clothes. Act like you're, on a walk with God and all this other stuff. I really think it's the voices telling them to do that. Because if it was sincere, if there was a sincere change, why are you going back to a rapper? Why not go and try to find a pastor? Why are you going to a rapper? Why are you going to some other guy, toxic guy, who you say you want to keep your abstinence until marriage? Why are you breaking your abstinence? Why are you fooling around private room saying this is your baby daddy? Am I Kevin Samuel Jr.? No, I'm Kevin himself. I'm Kevin. How can you fix the problem? You can't fix the problem. There's no fixing the problem. You can't fix y'all. Y'all are too far gone. Maybe those aren't her type. Everyone has a preference. Okay, man. Look, folks, a woman just wrote, she said, maybe pastors are not her type. So you change your life. You become a woman of God, supposedly. And the men that are involved in the religion heavily are not your type. But what your type is the same type of men that you've been around. Industry men. Basketball players, rappers. These are your type. You kidding me? You see how our women think? Dr. Mills said no inward change. I'm just saying it is what it is. No, you're not saying nothing. That's what you're doing. You're not saying nothing. You don't know what the hell y'all talking about. If a woman has a type, is a 304, she should be taking whoever is good for her, regardless of her type. It still doesn't answer the question of this. How in the hell do we have women? This is what I want to know. How do we have women that always complain, especially in Black community, that men don't go after more righteous women, right? They only want to go after 304s, but yet Brittany Renner changed, supposedly. Blac Chyna changed, supposedly. Chrisean changed. If a Black man wanted to be with one of those women after they change, are they still 304s? Are they still bad women or 304s? That's my question. My question to y'all is, they are promiscuous women. Okay, so they're still 304s. We got women in here saying they're still bad women. They're still 304s. Okay, what is a 304? A woman that sells her body for money. So if they're still 304s, then that means there's no hope for y'all. Y'all can't change. Talk to them, Guru. Because it can't be both. If a woman have a new life and she is Brittany Renner, the Muslim woman, or if she is Chrisean Rock, the Christian woman, or Blac Chyna, the Christian woman baptized, and you say if a black man goes for one of those women, that means they're still 304s, then that means there's no hope for y'all. So when y'all come to my page and watch my content and say, you just write us all off, there's no hope. Yes, because y'all have written y'all off. Y'all have written y'all off. Y'all have written y'all self off. Ma'am, OG, come on up here. Didn't you hear those women just say and write in the comments that they will still consider those to be 304s if men get with them, if black men get with them? That means there is no change. There's no hope. Let's get the like count up, folks. Let's go. Way up. Who is y'all? You. You must be hit. I'm talking about you. Oh my God. You need to change that profile picture too, lady. You need to change that profile picture. As you can see, BW are finished. Yes, they've been finished. They've been finished. Brittany Renner is a mixed BW. She's finished, right? Because look who she got with. Y'all still say that's 304. So that means she finished. Blac Chyna, y'all say she finished. Chrisean, all the craziness she's done in her life, y'all say she finished. What hope is there for y'all? I wish I need money, but whenever I respect myself and my children. Excellent, Tracy. Some 304s do it for free. That's true. That's true. You got some women out there that don't get paid nothing. They don't get paid nothing. That's true. But we're having an excellent discussion about this, folks, and I'm reading some of y'all comments in the chat to see what y'all talking about regarding this. When I start looking at the way that women move after they have had redemption and they've been all over social media and led a reckless, wild life, they're still on social media. I'm still trying to figure out where's the time that y'all put in to actually be by yourself. What about the married women? What married women? Who's married? Brittany Renner's supposedly married to Kevin Gates. He married her. But once again, I said that y'all consider her still a 304. Because if it was me and I said, let's say Brittany saw me and I wanted to marry her, y'all would say I married a 304. Ross said, yes, indeed they are, because they haven't been still long enough to study, build a prayer life, be content with themselves, and get their spirit together. That's facts. That's facts. They don't take the time to do anything. Lady, you sure are worried about me. You can come up here and say what you have to say. Since you're so bothered and worried about me, I don't consider her that. Anyone can change. You don't consider Brittany a 304, really? Ma'am, I just asked the question, and majority of women, of course you have to say that because y'all already heard what I said. Majority of women have already answered and said they will still consider Brittany, Blac Chyna, these type of women, even after they've been in the church, even after they've been in the mosque, they started changing their clothes or whatever. They said they will still consider them 304. Well, you don't. Oh, really? Ma'am, so if you saw me married to, if she came out of the room right now, Blac Chyna, you would say I married a good, righteous woman? Would you say I married a good, righteous woman? If Blac Chyna came out right now and showed her face, would you say I married a good, righteous woman? Y'all are goofy. Do y'all men, I hope y'all brothers see how goofy these women are. Y'all are saying I could do better. Okay. There are hardly any women in here saying that they would consider that a good, righteous woman. Thank you so much, Miss Lady Love. I did get your PayPal. Thank you so much, Miss Lady Love. Appreciate you for the donation. Thank you for contributing to the show. Folks, I want y'all to share my live stream right now with somebody that you think would not like me, or even people that you think might like me. Share this live stream. Ain't no modern day Mary Magdalene. No, they're not. Don't think I'm a Muslim. I am a Muslim man. I am a Muslim man, a proud one too. A proud Muslim man. And all y'all women are concerned. Instead of being concerned about my wife, I want y'all to be concerned. Did y'all hear what I said? If I brought the woman in here and she was a known prior 304 type of woman, like Blac Chyna or Brittany Renner, who've been around, been an industry girl, most of y'all said you would not consider me to have married a good, righteous woman. So what hope is there for y'all? Y'all, a lot of y'all have done the same acts that they've done. You just not in the industry. Come on, talk to me. A lot of y'all have done the same acts and behaviors they've done. The only difference is you were not in the industry. You didn't get no money. They were able to get money for a lot of the acts they did, a lot of the dirty acts and things they did. Y'all didn't get nothing. I know that gotta hurt. Mariah, people can change. Okay, then why don't you come up here and tell me how, if you saw me with one of those women, what you would say about that relationship? Quit lying. Our women love to lie, like I said, because they've been ran through. They've had a whole bunch of no good dudes that have they've started relationships with, any relationships with, got pregnant by, and still like those same dudes. Brittany Renner, there's video of her liking Kevin Gates before she was Muslim. So why didn't she change and like somebody else after the fact? Why didn't she change and then end up liking a different kind of man? Nobody asked you how long you've been with your husband. Nobody asked you that. I don't know why you're writing that in the comment section. Nobody asked you that. Your father didn't play about you. That's not your reality. Really, how many men you been with in your lifetime? Let's see if your father didn't play about you. How many men, be honest, how many men have you been with in your lifetime? Come on, talk to me. That's what I want to know. You can tell I'm not married. Okay, you can think whatever you want to think, lady. Yes?
Can you hear me, Guru?
Yes. Hold on one second before you speak. Shout out to Mrs. Gail. Thank you so much, sister, for the super chat. She said, true repentance is not a costume. True repentance is done off camera. These women's always have a camera ready for their journey to God. That is very true. Always having a camera ready for God doing this or doing that and them changing and all this other stuff. So how is it sincere? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi, Guru. Hi, everybody. My name is Pam. Guru, me and you always go back and forth, but there is a lot of things I do understand.
What are we going back and forth about?
Because I'm on your platform all the time.
Okay,
but you don't let me up.
Okay,
you always call me name.
Then how am I going back and forth with you? In the comment section?
Yeah. And you say mean things. I don't say mean things to you, but
what did I say that was mean to you, man?
Guru,
I don't remember ever talking to you.
Guru, you say a lot of things, but it's okay. I mean,
what do I say that's mean?
I don't want to go back, and say the things that you say.
How old are you?
But like I said,
how old are you?
I'm 58.
Okay, you 58 years old acting like this? You acting like a 23-year-old right now.
What am I acting like? I said I'm just not going to go back and say the things that you say to me. Why you
come up here and say that I be mean to you and I do all this stuff if you're not going to tell me how I'm mean or what I say to you?
Well, you brought it up. Okay, but you say stuff about me being 10 years abstinence, like, what? Why are you abstinent? And what's wrong with you? And
Lady,
you're
I
doing
don't remember ever talking to you about. When did I talk to you about that?
Guru, you have. It was one time you have
How
talked to
long
me about it.
ago? How long ago?
It was on one of your videos.
How long ago?
I don't know, Guru. It was a while ago. But we always go back and forth on the comments. And matter of fact, let me see. Like 2 weeks ago, you just said something to me because I said something to you. Then you looked at my, you looked at my picture. And he was like, "Oh, Pam, I was going to give you a compliment, but since you got smart, I'm not saying nothing to you." And I wasn't getting smart. I was just stating
Lady,
facts.
what do you have to say about what I'm talking about tonight? I mean, y'all come up here, y'all be so hurt.
Guru, I'm not hurt. Well, why are you saying that I'm hurt? I just said to you that I agree with some of your subjects. I think that you.
What do you have to say about what I'm talking about tonight?
I think you're full of doo doo. Now, Guru, I do.
How so?
Because I definitely don't agree with any of your facts that you are stating tonight, Guru.
Okay, regarding what?
Because you always thinking that we're bitter and we're lonely, and we're not.
Where's your husband at right now?
Guru, why does that matter?
You don't have one.
See, and that's another thing.
So you a lonely, bitter woman because you're on here watching me. You don't have
Guru,
a husband. You don't have anybody. You don't have anybody.
Guru, you should. I'm on your platform all the time.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
Okay, so you don't want me on your platform?
I said you don't have anybody. That's why you're here.
I don't want nobody, Guru. I can have many, but I don't want nobody. Guru, why can't I? I'm so content being. Guru, I'm so content being alone. I'm so content like this.
55 years old.
Who? Say that again.
You can't get. What do you mean you content being alone? You can't get nobody.
Yeah. Guru, why you don't think I can get anyone?
Turn your camera on.
No.
Exactly.
Because I'm in the bed.
Exactly. You busted.
No,
Guru,
you busted.
You busted.
Guru, let me speak.
Just be honest.
I'm honest, Guru. Listen, I look exactly like my picture.
I didn't say that. I said turn the screen on.
Turn it on?
Yeah. Push the button, push save. Turn it on, push save.
I just told you I'm in the bed.
Then you busted.
How am I busted?
Because if a woman wasn't, she could easily just turn that and turn the camera on, fix her head real quick, and come on camera.
I don't have to fix my hair. My hair is already fixed.
Lady, why are you here? I'm not.
Guru,
this is not a game. What do you have to say?
I'm not playing a game. You know what, Guru? See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, bye.
Get the fuck out of here!
So ignorant. Most ignorant women in my life. Old to act like. Too old to act like this. 55 years old, acting like that. 55 years old. Like, why? Why are you acting like that at a 55-year-old woman? Why are you acting like that? I think you're full of doo-doo. Okay, what about my points are full of doo-doo? Guru, I don't want to talk about it. She said she was 58. That's even worse. Thank y'all for letting me know. That's even worse. 58-year-old woman acting like that. You have nothing to say about the topic. You know what, folks? She must be hit. I just thought about it. She must be hit. She probably one of them old 304s, right? that try to turn to God as you got older. You probably one of them old 304s try to turn to God. And this topic is bothering her because she realized you can't change. It doesn't work. And of course, you're not going to say, you know how many women will come on here and be brave and tell the truth? You know what, Guru? I was one of those women that you're talking about. I changed my life around. Now I have a really good husband, good father. How come we don't hear these testimonies? How come we don't hear testimonies of y'all with redemption, changing y'all life around after you then got ran through and then you came, you found a husband, you've been good for 30 years. Never too late to turn to God. That's not what we're questioning. We're questioning how real it is. Can you turn to God and totally change your life? You never took a break off social media. You never showed anything of you. All we've seen is you got baptized or you put on hijab. How come you didn't show that you were quietly working on yourself, took 2-3 years off of social media? How can you live a life of debauchery for years and years and years and then instantly think you're going to change like that? Now you better. God then changed you. When we know in order to avoid vice and avoid sinful behavior, it takes discipline. It takes a while to master those things. What's wrong with Chrisean? A lot wrong with Chrisean. A lot is wrong with Chrisean. Nobody wants to get married. I'm saying that we have some of these women that have men after the fact. Kevin Gate married Brittany Renner. But I didn't say about Kevin. I said, if a man like me, what I promote, what I teach, if I married Brittany Renner, most of these women said they would think that I married a 304. And these are the same women that say you can't judge nobody, all this other stuff. But they would be quick to judge me. They wouldn't even call her. If she came on here, they would say, no, sis, you good. We respect you. You doing good. They would talk to her like that. But to me, they would say, yeah, Ninja, you married a 304. They would talk mess about me. You would think I was a fraud. Okay, thank you. So that means, you know what that tells me? That there is no redemption for y'all. Not when it comes to after you tarnish your image. I'm not talking about whatever's between you and God. If you're sincere about that, that's different. But once you've tarnished your image, you've been out here, you got ran through, you've been in the streets, you've done all this stuff. There's no coming back from that. If we even have women in here saying it. Somebody asked me, is this helping women? It should be helping you. You should say, you know what? Let me stop while I'm ahead. Stop running your bodies up. Stop screwing. Stop getting pregnant to random dudes that's not your husband. Stop using substances. Get off the liquor. How many different ways do we address this stuff? Mark said BWs need help with common sense. That's facts. Men as well. Lady, didn't you hear me just say the men that y'all claim only want the 304s, they are with these changed women. These changed women are all in relationships. Blac Chyna in relationship, Chrisean in relationship, Brittany Renner married. They're all in relationships. But y'all still don't consider those women to be good women. Y'all don't consider them to be decent women, honorable women. So that tells me, do y'all realize your past matters? As much as y'all don't like to admit it, your past matters. If it didn't, then y'all would give a man like me credit if I went and shot my shot at Brittany or Chrisean. Or if I shot my shot at Blac Chyna. Come on, talk to me. It's not 403s, ma'am. It's 304s. You don't even know how to write it correctly. Thank you, ma'am. She said he's right. Using celebrity as an example is silly. It's silly. No, you silly for being here and making that kissy face and following me. That face on your profile picture is silly. That's what's silly. And you know you look silly for making the face. So you might as well go on and get up out of here because you know you ain't gonna come up and face me. You know you weak. How are you agreeing with me? You said using celebrity as example is silly. I'm the one that's using the celebrities as the example. How are you agreeing with me? Ree said your past don't matter to God, but it matters to the world. Exactly. Your past matters to the world. And I'm so glad I can have this type of discussion because y'all are just proving that y'all don't want to give credit to men that have taken women that used to run the streets, do all kind of debauchery. Y'all don't give credit to those men and say, wow, you're a great man. You took one of those women off the street. But if it's y'all who have the debaucherous behavior, y'all will say, don't judge. Only God can judge. Y'all will say only God can judge. That's what y'all will say. Your mouth is nasty talking like that. You need to stay by yourself. You got 3 seconds or 5 seconds to come up here. If not, you gone. Okay, goodbye. The hell off of here. These women are some of the goofiest women. Let me put the link up here for people if they want to join tonight to discuss this thing, because I am very curious as to why our women behave like this. And then you're so judgmental. You're so judgmental towards other women. Even though you say don't judge nobody, you judge other women. Judge other women because you should not think of Brittany Renner as a 304 or Blac Chyna. None of those women. You should not think of them as any type of 304. You should look at them like they are special, that God changed them, that they're worthy of love and marriage and all that other ish that y'all talk about. Shout out to Miss Jazzy. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, ma'am, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Think I've ever seen. I don't think you've ever donated to me before, but if you have, I appreciate you. Thank you. I wish these people will stop speaking for God. What people? Folks, I need y'all to get my like count up. We just over a little half of where I want to be. Let's go. By order from your showcase group. What? I don't know what you're talking about, man. What's the Cash App goal tonight? Well, you can hit it. You don't have to worry about the goal right now. You can just support the show. I'll let you know. Y'all know later what the goal is. You can just support the show. How about that? You can just support the content. Dang, Guru, you did not let me explain. Lady, I don't have time to read every one of y'all's individual comments that y'all run in y'all mouth. If you got something to say to me, don't be afraid and just come up and speak it. Speak from your chest, from your wherever. A lot of y'all women speak from y'all behind your rectum, and you don't speak from here. Speak with your head and speak and use your chest and be brave. Somebody say, Guru, how are they speaking from their hand? They even say it themselves. Want to make their booty cheeks clap and all that other stuff. You ain't got nothing. And that's what's really, if y'all turned around, you might as well, if there was a way for y'all to turn y'all body upside down and put a mouth on your butt cheeks, that's where how y'all speak. Y'all speak from that part of y'all body. Guru, you tough. Guru, you tough. I think is this a Muslim brother sent me a Cash App? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. He said, hope they take heed. Thank you, Brother Prince, for the Cash App. Thank you, my brother, for supporting this content. Shout out to the brother. Thank you for the Cash App. Shout out to Miss Brown. Thank you for the Cash App as well. She said, keep being you. Love the content. Thank you so much, sister, for supporting this content. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your support so that we can always keep these live streams going. We're getting close to our first hour. As a Muslim brother, how do you feel about Gates marrying at 304? Lady, haven't you heard me talking all night? Haven't you heard me talking? I said it doesn't make sense for either one of them. Because if he really wanted to marry a Muslim woman, he would not marry. She's a fresh revert. So my question is, why did he not go for somebody who was born Muslim? And then at the same time, she was in love with him way before she became Muslim. So that still has me question some things. You were in love with this man way before you became Muslim. Did you become Muslim for this man? Did you become Muslim so that you can marry this man? That's what I want to know. No, I was not born Muslim. No, I was not born Muslim. So that's the thing that y'all should be wondering. Did this woman become Muslim so that she can be with Kevin? Brother said these females aren't changed or healed. They're operating in witchcraft and could never be an asset. Wow. To a teacher with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, you're right, brother. A lot of them are operating in wicked, demonic spirits. A lot of them are. Y'all have to, I tell y'all brothers all the time, y'all got to be very careful who y'all sleep with, who y'all entertain, who even you let in your phone. Y'all got to be careful with these jokers that you even have in your phone talking to them. There's no greater time than this. I'm telling you right now, there's a whole bunch of these, just like that movie, that Sinner movie, a whole bunch of these vampire jokers out here trying to suck you dry. Not just your money either. They're going to take your whole spirit, soul away, all that away. Blueface thought he was running game on all these women. He's worse off after dealing with Chrisean. She's out. He's locked. Isn't he locked up or getting ready to be locked up? All of these guys messing with these industry women and things, and look at what be happening to them. Shout out to Big Dave. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. He said, hey, bro, did you see the video of the BW security guard that got fired for turning her behind to the camera, making it bounce? No, I didn't, brother. If you would mind, send me that on Instagram. Send me that video on Instagram. I have not seen that. I have not seen it. It's pathetic. That's real pathetic that we're living in a time in a world such as this when you got women supposedly working security positions, bouncing they behind, twerking, shaking it. What are y'all doing out here? Pam, since you think you trolling, you can get out of my live stream too. Somebody said Guru moves like he was born Muslim, mashallah. You know, there's no way I could be with a woman who didn't take Islam very serious. I'm thankful to Allah for blessing me with someone that takes Islam very serious, takes the religion very serious, because I do. Take it very seriously. And I don't think these women are taking their faith seriously. It's not enough to just cover up and put some clothes on or to act like you're in church, you didn't got baptized. That's not enough. That's not enough to do anything like that. Brother, you got a lot of noise. What's going on? What are you doing? You sitting on the toilet?
Yeah.
Why would you call me on this show sitting on the toilet?
No, I'm just in here smoking, brother.
Oh, you not using the bathroom?
Hell nah. Hey, I be watching the shows all the time, man. Like you doing a good job, bro. I ain't pretty much had no questions on that like that. I learn from you what you say, and I pay attention and learn from people ways and stuff like that, and a lot of us do as well. So I just I was just trying to just tell you thank you for doing that for us, man. Letting people see the insides and the outside of people and the things that a lot of us be blinded by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
But,
appreciate you. I appreciate you for saying that, but I was just letting you know, brother. Next time, why you in the bathroom smoke? Why you not outside or something? Why you in the bathroom?
nah, cause it's dog outside, and I ain't trying to be, security and stuff smelling that weed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my people
Oh,
in here, they
you live in an apartment complex?
yeah, yeah,
A lot of security out there.
yeah. I ain't trying
Well,
to deal with that.
what you don't live in a state where it's legal?
In Texas, not for real.
Well, brother, I appreciate you coming on here. I'm gonna keep the show going, but I appreciate you coming on here and letting me know.
Definitely, brother.
Have a good night, my man.
You too.
All right. Woo. That was funny. That was real funny. Yes. Yes. Speak. Speak. What do you want?
Hello?
Yes. I said speak. I can hear you.
I'm sorry.
Speak. Crazy. Wild and crazy. Really crazy. My God. Was that a Karen? I don't know. I don't know. Some of our women need help. Well, actually, I think she was a Caucasian woman. Ooh. Why is he so angry at women? Anyway, back to what I was saying. The brother, I appreciate him coming on and showing me love. But these topics like this, well, why are you going in on women like this? Because a lot of this is also for the men to learn. Because I want our men to make better decisions. A lot of women always say, well, why are they choosing the 304s? I want our men to make better decisions. As you can see, once one of them has done something like that, they've gone off the deep edge, there's no redemption for them. Not for no relationship or marriage. So you are wasting your time with most of each other. Unless you can find out she haven't done much of anything with men, haven't been out here using illegal substances and drinking all the time, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time with these women. If you don't think an industry woman like Chrisean or Brittany Renner can be saved or Blac Chyna can be saved, then what would you say about the average of these women out here? What would you say about them? Because we know a lot of them have just as bad or maybe even worse. You know why so many women love to watch Chrisean go crazy, turn up, holler, scream, fight? Because a lot of times it reminds them of themselves. They're reminded of themselves. A lot of that ratchet fighting, hollering and screaming, they're similar. They're like, oh, wow, she's similar. She just like me. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Let's go, folks. I need y'all to get my like count up and way up. I need y'all to get my like count up. They're similar. Woman won't.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to clarify what I was trying to say earlier when you said, when I said that the comparing of the celebrities was silly. I wasn't saying that you were silly. I was saying that it was silly because celebrities live in just debauchery, like that's what they do. So
You have a bad
what I was trying to
connection.
say
Can
is
you
that
get
women
somewhere where your signal
will
is better?
support. Can you hear me now?
Can you go somewhere where your signal is
better?
better? Your connection is bad. You don't pay for good internet? What's funny?
Yeah, I think so. But this room, no, the room that I'm in is kind of not
Okay,
really a good
there you
location,
go. I
I
think
guess.
that's a
But
little bit better. I think
but
that's better. Okay, you were saying what again?
okay, okay. So I was saying that I just wanted to clarify what I said earlier when I said that the comparing of the celebrities was silly. I wasn't saying that it was silly that you were. I was saying that overall that it was because celebrities live in like a world of cesspool of debauchery, basically. Like they demonic and like, I mean, celebrities are just, they're in a whole nother world is basically what I'm saying. So I went on to explain that women, average women will support the celebrity foolishness. And so they might equate that to like themselves and then they support that. But then in real life, they'll say, well, you know, they'll judge an average woman, but then they'll look at the celebrities like a kind of a idol. So I was calling out the hypocrisy of it, not that I was saying what you said was wrong. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
You're saying that women should not be comparing themselves to celebrities?
Yeah, because they'll say like, okay, if a known female in the industry is known to be a 304, then they'll like praise that woman for finding this really good man. But then like in real life, if they see a woman who they know lived a certain type of life, then they'll be like calling her out or being jealous and things like that. But to praise the celebrities, it's like that's just the world that they live in. They pass around and industry plants and jumping from man to man or woman to woman. Like that's just the nature of that world that they live in. So to praise a woman where that's the environment that celebrities basically live in, it doesn't make sense to me.
So you don't think Brittany Renner, Blac Chyna, Chrisean, these type of women should be praised for the changes they so-called made?
Not necessarily, because I think people don't really make these changes. I think like it could be just an act because that's just the world that they are in. I don't really believe it's like a sincere thing. It's a sincere thing. I think it's all just performances because that's what celebrities do. So to look up
you don't
to
think
like
that they really change at all? You think it's just a performance? Be
somewhat,
honest.
yeah, I do think a lot of it is a performance. A lot of it is like publicity stunts and ways to probably like brainwash women in the real world who think that, you know, you can go off and do whatever you do and sleep with this, how many men, have a record of this and that, and think somehow you'll have a happy ending. I don't really believe that. I mean, it probably happens, but I don't really believe that. Like I couldn't imagine my own self, because now I'm 41, but I couldn't imagine that if I would have spent the last 20 years, like, you know, basically slutting around, and then somehow I'm going to find like this Prince Charming. Like I just don't see that to be a reality in the real world. Maybe it is, but I don't know. People don't change that much. Like I've been over 20 years out of high school, but the people who behaved a certain way when I was in high school, they still have those same traits right now. So it takes a lot for a person to really, really, really change. And I don't think it's like a 6 months, oh, I've been saved, and then all of a sudden you just this whole different person. Like I don't really think that it goes that way. You have to practice that behavior. And I think after years and years and years of certain behavior, you have to practice it. It's not just, well, let me pray to God or Allah or whomever, and then all of a sudden you wake up and it's just a whole different person. It takes practice, and that's with anything.
Okay, so why do you think they're doing it? Is it for money?
I really don't know why. I couldn't tell you, besides the fact that it's a way to brainwash the minds of the public, maybe. I don't know. Because if you think that at the end of the day, okay, if you think at the end of the day that you'll have this happy ending, or whoever you believe in, whether it be, you know, Jesus or Allah or Buddha or whoever you believe in, if you think that you can live basically in so much endless sin, and then all of a sudden you just, I don't know, the light shined on you and then everything is just like forgiven. I think everybody have to answer for whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm a little bit confused, or I don't have my like final thoughts on what I really believe, but I just think, I just don't think that it's fully sincere. It's not like an overnight type thing to me.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. I just wanted to clarify what I said.